Uh, Good morning, everyone. So here, here name. This is the final project of computer programming. Name Eric Poblete. Date created December 25, 2020. So the program problem is to write an application that allows a user to enter any number of students' test scores until the user enters 999. If the score entered is less than 0 or more than 100, display an appropriate message and do not use the score. After all the scores have been entered, display the number of scores entered, the highest score, the lowest score, and the arithmetic average. So we use include standard input output header, include Conayo, and include the final project declaration header. Here it is. So we use the int main function to return 0. So I use integer in variable a and b. This is the local declarations. And I use floating data type in variable c, and d is to equals to 0. L for lowest limit 100 and highest equals to 0. So first is to printf enter number of students to input the number of students. So scanf for the input data. So format specifier d for integer and and put it into b variable to b. So I use if conditional statement for, and I use it in it in the function call. So the function call for limit b, I put it in the look final project declaration here, and this is the inside of the function. It is to return b is greater than or equal to 999. So if the input is greater than 999 and this is the result, if it is true, the result b equals to result. So I need to update the b. This is the local, this is the function declaration, and this is the function definition of result. So I put integer b here, a new data variable for if it is invalid. So I print if the input is invalid, please input a number less than or equal to 999. So printf enter number of students, scanf as to in to give the to give data to the variable b, and I return the value of b in here in the main function. So let's try, and if it is 1000, the input is invalid, please input or less than or equal to 999. So because it is higher than 999, it will direct into the if limit function, if it's number 5. So it will proceed to another conditional statement, and that is the process v function, and this is the function declaration and function definition of int b, int process function declaration, and this is the function definition. return b return b variable is less than 2 or equal to 999. This is the value of the if encoded in the function process v. So if it is true, the value of v is less than or equal to 999, it will proceed to the loop statement. So the loop statement a for initialization statement, I put a variable equals to initial function. So this is the declaration, and this is the definition. So I put integer a equals 1, and return a. So the value of a is 1. So a equals 1. And in this expression, so expression a and b in function declaration expression and the function definition of the expression. So I'll return it a is less than or equal to b. So it is kind of a limitation of the loop. If it is greater than b, then it will stop the loop. So a so this value here will be a or less than or equal to b. So in the update statement here, a equals update function a, the function declaration, and a and the function definition of the update integer a is a increment, and I return the positive return the value of update a equals a plus plus a incremented will always to add 1 here and return the value and put the value in the update statement. So c and equals enter a. The next is c equals enter a. I put float data type in integer function because it uses c. C is a function. So c variable is a float data type. C enter, and I put int a so that the value will be used from the main function and will be used in the function definition. So I put float c, a new variable. So printf of a new variable float c in function definition, and egg encoded printf to output enter test score for student number. The the format the integer format specifier, and it will reflect to a from the main function, the value of a into to the main function statements inside the body of the loop, and input the value of c floating f of percent effort floating data floating specific from specifier data specifier, and a percent c to put it into the c value, and the value of the c will be returned to the main function. So C equals to the new C of the new function function definition over here in the process here. So while this is more like an unless statement. So if it is invalid, I put it in the function invalid more than C. So it is another loop for if C is greater than 100 in the problem statement above. So if it is greater than 100, so it will proceed to C equals again. This is here first. I put a function declaration here. Float C because C is floating data type. Invalid more than float C. Return C greater than 100. So this is C greater than 100. So if it is greater than 100, then it will proceed to C equals again. Can input again. It means input again. It means also function definition. Function call and put it in the function declaration. Float again int a. Float again int a. It is considered as float because we use C to return the value into float data type. So printf the input is invalid. Please input a number less than 100. Printf enter the test score number d a for the value of the main function, and we input again a new value for C because it is invalid. So input the new value of C and C return the C value and put it here in the C program C main function. So again, while invalid less than, so this function call is invalid less than C. It is another loop for if C is less than to 0. So if the value of C is less than to 0, proceed to C equals again function call again to a function declaration less than float C. It is an integer data type because and float C. So return C greater less than to 0. So this is C less than to 0 and C again the function definition of again 2. So this is function C float C. So printf again and scanf input a new value if it's C less than to 0. Put the new value of C and return the C value to the main function. So this is the D equals average D. So this is the average function call for average. D equals D is for another floating data type. It is used for averaging the scores. So it will always the function with the function declaration average float D and C because that's D and C a floating data type. So the function definition is to return D plus C. So it will always do C plus C plus C plus according to the value of A, according to the value of B on how much C, and it always to total it. total and average it in the printf here. And if low function call for lowest scores, so function call lowest C and L variable floating, they are both floating types. Float function declaration to lowest no C. The function definition is C greater C is less than to L. Lowest so lowest. So ang unsa to pinakagamay sa mga C value nga gi-input, unsa to pinakagamay sa 100, mao tong gamiton sa C program, sa program nga basihon ang pinakagamay kay i mag mo choose ang program nga unsa pinakagamay sa C value nga gi-input nimo. So it is likewise into this likewise concept in the highest. So h equals to 0. Function definition of highest. Float C greater than 0 8. C is greater than 0 h. So kung sa to pinakadako sa mga C values nga gi-input nimo, ang to i-prioritize sa program. So to test it out. Number of students 3. Yeah. 40 10 50 40 20 50. So the highest test score is 50. Mo na yung gipili sa program kay mo ang pinaka highest sa 0. Ano yung pipili sa program kay 20 is less than to 0. Okay, mo siya mas pinakagamay sa mga C program, C value. Another 3 if it is over 100, it will encode a new statement. The input is invalid. Please input a number less than 100. So I put 99. So it is less than 199 and 80, and I put negative 30. Input a new value because it is a negative more than on 0. It is asking for more than 0, scoring more than 0. So 20. So 20, 80, 99, 20, 90. Highest or lowest 20, highest 99. So this is the average of the 3 test scores. So this is the output for average score. So 0.2 for 0.2 floating format specifier for 2 decimal places, D for integer for B, and the value of D equal B will be floating data type. Because D is floating data type, so F floating data type, L floating data type, so H. This variable L and H are variable floating variable data type. So after that, we need to input a value in a value to return it to 0. So that's all. Thank you. This is the file of function declaration, function definition, CVP implementations, and the main function. That's all. Thank you.